Yes guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be telling you about the best attacking formations in FIFA 21 post patch guys, with a full analysis, with pro player tactics and play instructions guys. So today I'm going to focus on 3 different formations. You may have seen my last video where I showed you the 4-1-2 and the 4-3-1-2. I will not be including formations such as the 4-3-2 as they are all out attack formations. These are formations where they can defend and attack, but their main focus is attacking really guys. So Formation 1 is going to be the 4-1-2. Formation 2 is going to be the 4-2-2. And Formation 3 is going to be the 3-5-2, guys. So 3 very different formations, all unique in their own way. So the 3-5-2 is a 3 at the back, of course. You got the 4-2-2, no central players like the 4-1-2, guys. So we're going to first of all focus on the 4-2-2 formation. So let's get into the tactics now. So we'll be doing all the instructions and all the tactics and a full analysis of the formation at the end, every single one separately. So our defensive style is going to be on balance, and our width and depth are going to be on 5 and 6. Now, with the 4-2-2, it's probably the most defensive one out of the 3, because you've got 2 CMs there in front of your defensive line. So we do want to have our depth on 6, not too high, not too low, and our width on 5, very balanced. With our offensive style, we are going to be on balance, guys. Now, one of the only formations in today's video where it's going to be on offensive style, balance. This is because you can play fast builder, you can play long ball, any offensive style works with this formation. With our attacking width, we are going to be on 5. Your cams are perfectly positioned, so they're going to stay in them positions there. Our players in the box are going to be on 5 as well, guys. Get your strikers in there, get your cams in there, and that is it. If you commit your CDMs forwards, they're going to leave massive gaps in that midfield area in which they can exploit on their attack, and it'll basically make their lives 10 times easier to score loads of goals. Corners and free kicks will both be 2 and 2. So now let's move on to the instructions. So our strikers are going to stay central and stay forward. You can have getting behind on them if you want. Personally, that is my preference. I like them getting in behind, causing problems for their centre halves. Not only are they doing work off the ball, they're also doing work on the ball. CDMs should be on cut pass and his curve centre and stay back while attacking, no debate there. With our cams, we are going to be on getting to box across. And with our fullbacks, we are going to stay back while attacking, stay back while attacking. Centre half should be a default, guys. And goalkeeper comes, crosses, and sweeper keeper, guys. Now, let me show you an analysis of why all these instructions are as they are. So like I said, guys, our strikers are on stay central and stay forward. So they're always up there, behind or on this semicircle D when we need them. If we pick up the ball, we can pass it up there, and we always know they're there. The benefits of them having getting behind, like I said, not only do they do work on the ball, they also make runs, which opens up gaps for our cams to run into. So if their centre halves are here, there's normally 2 centre halves. Their centre halves are going to be focused on our centre forwards or strikers. If our strikers make a run in behind, their centre halves have to automatically follow. This causes a gap between their fullback and striker for our cams to run in behind, so it works very well. You can also play the long ball style with the getting behind trait on your strikers. As they're running behind, you can play a long ball over the top. With our cams, like I said, get into box across, and that will be it. We do want them dropping into these positions here when we're defending, and that is why we do not have stay forward on them. Get into box, guys, mainly because we want to commit a lot of men in that box if someone's crossing that ball in, so we can increase our chance of scoring. CDMs will cover a line in front of our defense here, not pushing up in front of our cams, which means they're going to be very rarely hitting us on the counter attack. Fullbacks will stay back while attacking because our cams are here to provide that wide support up top. Centre halves, guys, default, and goalkeeper, sweeper keeper, and comes crosses. So guys, that is going to be the 4-2-2 formation. Now let's move on to the 4-1-2. So the 4-1-2 is probably the most attacking formation out of the bunch. The 3-5-2 is the middle one. So let's now move on to the 4-1-2. Again, these are the tactics for the 4-2-2, not the 4-1-2. So straight away, with our width and depth, we are going to be on different. So our width and depth are going to be on 5 and 7. Now again, I do like to have my fullbacks, or I like to have my width on 5. This is because if we go any wider, then our centre mids are going to drop out of position. The reason why I love this formation is because if they try to attack through the centre, they literally can't, because all of them players through the centre are going to prevent that. So our width is left on 5, our depth is higher than the 4-2-2, You can even up it to 8 if you want to, but that's more risky and you're leaving more gaps in behind. For me, I use 7 though. With our offensive style, we are going to see on fast build up. Unlike the 4-2-2, we've not got any wide players in the slightest. So the 4-2-2, we had a left cam and a right cam. In this formation, the widest players are literally our left central centre midfielders and our right central centre midfielder. This means we can't play long ball out to anyone wide. We can play the long ball over the top to our strikers, but it's unlikely. We want to mainly focus on the fast build-up offensive style through quick tiki-taka football for our CDMs, to our centre mids, to our cam, to our strikers, and it'll work very, very nicely. With our attacking width, we are going to be on 4 guys. The reason for this is you have no wide attacking players. There's no point playing wide attacking football. You want to focus through the centre, and that is why our offensive width is going to be on 4. Our players in the box is going to be on 6 guys. Get your strikers in there, get your cam in there, get your centre mids in there, and that is it, guys. CDMs never get forward, and there's a reason for that. If they get forward, we are leaving massive gaps in that midfield area. Corners and free kicks 2 and 2. So now let's move on to the instructions. So strikers are going to stay central and stay forward and get in behind. Now, personally, I like to have stay central. However, you can have balance width on your striker. Again, this is my personal preference to have these instructions on my strikers. With this formation though, you definitely want to get in behind, you definitely want to stay forward. However, you can have balance width if you do not want your fullbacks constantly pushing forwards. Cam, get into box across, very, very similar, guys. CDM, cover centre, cut pass lanes and stay back while attacking. Fullbacks are going to be on balance attack, balance attack. Box to box central centre midfielders are going to be on cover centre. Again, this is very, very good, matching up with our attacking width and our defensive depth. Centre half default. Goalkeeper comes crosses and super keeper, guys. Again, let me show you an analysis of why these instructions are as they are. So like I said, guys, with our strikers, we can have balance width on them. And the reason why I said this is because your fullbacks are going to be pushing forward a lot. If you want your fullbacks to push forward a lot, but not as much as they are, then you can have balance width on your strikers while they spread out here. Personally, I like my strikers straight through the centre, so our fullbacks can cross in the ball for our cam, our strikers in that box. Because if our striker is going out wide to put in the cross, then there's going to be less people in that box. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it does. With our cam, guys, again, we do use getting to box across, so he's dancing through this middle, hungry for that ball and hungry for that tap-in or header. Centre mids cover centre means they get up and down, constantly helping out with the attack on the attack and the defence on the defence. CDM, guys, again, same as last time, covering a line in front of our back line. Fullbacks, like I just said, they push forward sometimes with the balance attack. Goalkeeper covers that 6-yard box again, guys, with the comes crosses and super keeper. So, guys, let's move on to the last formation now, the 3-5-2. The 3-5-2 is the only three at the back formation I actually recommend using. You can use a 3-4-1-2 if you would like to. However, the best one is definitely by far the 3-5-2 because it's good in attack and it's good in defense. So let's get into the tactics now for the formation. Let me quickly reset these, however. So starting off with our attacking width and our defensive width and our defensive depth. Again, guys, defensive style balance. We did not change that. Defensive width is going to be on 5. Again, this is perfect. Our centre halves are perfectly positioned. They're not too wide, pushing out as almost fullback kind of width, and they're not too narrow. They're not all compact together. Defensive depth will be on 6. Again, guys, similar to the 4-2-2 formation. With our offensive style, we are going to be on balance. Again, guys, this is very, very good. If your CDMs pick up that ball, they have the option to play the fast build up through the middle for your CDMs, your cam, to your strikers. They have the option for the long ball over the top, and most importantly, they have the long ball option out wide to your left mids and right mids, causing problems for their left backs and right backs. With our attacking width, guys, we are going to on 6, spread your left mids and right mids. This means you're spreading their fullbacks. Again, this creates gaps for your strikers to run into. Players in the box, guys, is going to be on 5. The reason for this is we want our strikers, our cams in there, left mids and right mids, depending on who's crossing in the ball. So if our right mid is crossing in the ball, we want our left mid and strikers, as well as our cam, getting into that box, and vice versa for our left mid. Corners and free kicks 2 and 2, guys, that will not change. We do not want to commit too many men forwards just to get hit on the counter attack. So with our strikers, we are going to stay central, stay forward, and get in behind. Again, guys, every single formation I use does have these instructions on my strikers. Personally, like many pros, these are the best instructions to have on your strikers. Cam will be on stay forward and get into box across. Now, this may surprise a lot of you, but the reason why I use this on my Cam is because you've got two defensive midfielders sitting behind him. A lot of pro players use these instructions as well, and that's what I recommend. CDM, guys, you already know what's coming. Cover centre, cut past the lanes, and stay back while attacking. Left mid and right mid, the first ones we see in this video, are going to be on default everything. Getting up and down the pitch, cutting inside, getting in behind, doing all sorts, being very, very unpredictable. Centre half default everything. Goalkeeper comes, crosses, and super keeper, guys. Yet again, let me show you an analysis of the 3-5-2 with tactics and instructions. Strikers stay central and stay forward, as well as getting behind, same as usual, guys. Now, the Cam staying forward basically means he's going to thread through as a third striker here on the attack, and he's going to stay where he is in defence. This means our left strikers and right strikers can act as left forwards and right forwards. Straight away, that's another man in the box. Left mid and right mid getting up and down the pitch, helping out with both attack and defence, cutting behind, getting behind, causing major problems for their centre halves or their left backs and right backs, being very, very unpredictable. They literally do not know what your next move is. CDMs again, guys, covering that defensive line. Defence, you know what they are. They're literally stand back. Goalkeeper comes, crosses, and super keeper, guys. I've already explained that to you. Covering that 6-yard box, catching that ball, punching that ball, igniting a counter-attacking opportunity. So, guys, that is going to be the tactics and instructions for both the 3-5-2, the 4-1-22, and the 4-2-2 formation. I really cannot put these in order of best to worst because it's all your personal preference, guys. However, tell me which one your favourite is below, and tell me what you would change about these formations. Make sure to subscribe, as it really, really helps me grow, and it really helps the channel. Anyway, guys, have a great rest of your day, have a great week, and goodbye.